Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been putting off talking about this one for a while now. Not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right. And now it's time. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk. Let's get right into it.
Let's begin by examining the insights provided by our first reviewer.
This reviewer seems incredibly happy with their recent purchase of 2 electric bikes. They initially bought them for a trip with family, specifically because their relatives were avid electric bike riders and recommended getting something water-resistant. It turns out, this scooter exceeded all expectations. Our reviewer, a motorcycle enthusiast, was impressed by the build quality and the upgraded components used. They and their wife have been riding them regularly, and both are able to reach the top speed of 35 mph, utilizing the dual-motor all-wheel drive function. One of the key features they appreciate is the full suspension system, comparing it favorably to that of a motorcycle, while still being light enough to load into the back of a pickup truck. The reviewer notes that the brakes are good, but because of their aggressive riding style, they opted to replace the rear brake pads with a more durable metallic set. They also rave about the fat tires, which provide a smooth ride and effectively absorb bumps and potholes. The pedal assist function works as expected, and the reviewer even finds it manageable to pedal without assistance, despite the bike's weight. Battery life is also a major plus. Even riding at full speed with both motors engaged, they still get around 20 miles on a single charge. The handlebar display is clear and informative, providing accurate speed readings, battery status, and other useful data. They even mention the seat being surprisingly comfortable, which allows for longer rides. They've ridden these scooters through mud and shallow water without any issues. Assembly might require a little patience, but they emphasize the importance of ensuring the battery switch is on and using the correct button sequence to power on the device. They recommend starting with rear-wheel drive only if you're new to e-bikes, and point out the additional perks like the horn, integrated tail light, and bright headlight. They've even personalized the bikes with novelty motorcycle plates and added accessories like cup holders, mirrors, and phone mounts, all easily sourced online. Overall, this client highly recommends this scooter as a worthwhile investment.
Cool. Let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer purchased this scooter and found the initial setup relatively straightforward, mainly involving attaching the handlebars and front wheel. However, our reviewer immediately ran into trouble with the tires. Getting the tire beads to seat correctly on the rims proved to be an incredibly frustrating and time-consuming process, requiring several hours and a lot of soapy water. This client was concerned about potential wobbling if the tires weren't properly seated. The next hurdle involved the battery. It was difficult to remove, and after contacting the company with photos, our reviewer was instructed to shave down a tab on the battery to ease removal. While the company responded quickly, the client felt a replacement battery would have been a more appropriate solution, especially since the battery arrived detached and possibly damaged. Despite these initial setbacks, this reviewer acknowledged some strong pros. The price point is a significant bargain considering the features offered, and the scooter's design receives a lot of compliments. The dual motors provide ample power and make hill climbing easy, though the front motor only works in conjunction with the rear. Safety features like a bright headlight, turn signals, a brake light, a horn, and hydraulic brakes are also appreciated. On the downside, the seat is uncomfortable, particularly on longer rides. The battery issue and the need for self-repair are major concerns. The suspension is adequate but not exceptional, and the derailleur is noisy and requires adjustment. And of course, the trouble experienced seating the tire beads remained a persistent issue for the client. Would our reviewer recommend this scooter? Despite the problems, the answer is yes, primarily due to the value and features. However, this client does believe that improvements in construction, quality control, and addressing issues with the battery is warranted to enhance the overall experience. The reviewer also notes that the PA.
Great! Now let's see what our next reviewer has to say about their experience.
This reviewer purchased 2 of these electric bikes, one for his wife and another for himself, and the initial impressions were very positive. Both models were described as having a stylish design, and they both reached impressive speeds with pedal assist and a decent speed using just the throttle. Overall, our reviewer expressed a high level of satisfaction with the purchase. A later update to the review revealed that the bikes had been put through their paces. The reviewer had logged over 1,000 miles on his bike, and his wife was close behind, with over 900 miles on hers. This client reported that both bikes were holding up well, with the only maintenance needed being the occasional flat tire, which he considered normal for any bike. The reviewer also specifically praised the quality of the customer service, mentioning that a representative named Frida was very helpful in addressing any issues or questions. Regarding battery performance, our reviewer detailed that the range significantly depended on riding speed. On one occasion, he achieved nearly 40 miles on a single charge, maintaining a speed of around 17 to 20 mph, often using cruise control and assisting with pedaling. Under these conditions, he estimated that a range of up to 70 miles could be possible on flat terrain. However, when riding at full speed, which he noted could reach over 30 miles per hour when the battery was fully charged, the range decreased to around 30 miles per charge. The final sentiment was a strong recommendation, with the reviewer suggesting that anyone looking for a great electric bike at a good value should seriously consider this product, even expressing a desire to give it an exceptional rating if possible.
If this video helped you out, give it a like and hit subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.